Hi, today we're doing easy newborn wraps that anyone can do. These are some of our favourites that we've been doing right from the very start, and I'm going to walk you through it bit by bit. Okay, so these are some really easy wraps that anybody can do, and the first one we're going to start with is, we call it an Airgraph, but a lot of people call it a potato sack wrap as well. So this is really, really simple. We use just a stretch wrap. So feet are going to be up nice and close to the chest, and we're going to have arms in as well. And this first part of the wrap doesn't need to be neat, but it needs to be tight enough to keep arms and legs where they need to be. So we're going to go from the shoulder down to bum with a little bit of excess, so we can wrap that around the back. And then making sure that this is nice and tight. Bring it around the back. And then back up and over to the other shoulder. We're going to repeat this as many times as the wrap will allow you to. And you might have arms and legs escape. You just pop them back in. And usually, once you've gone over again, it means we can keep arms in the right place. Now, babies usually grizzle at this point, but when they are in the wrap, they tend to settle because it reminds them of being back in the womb. So that's why we need to make sure it's nice and tight, and it just gives them a little bit of comfort. So I've come to the end of my wrap, and all I'm going to do to keep it secure is tuck it underneath the last fold we've got around here. And this is what it looks like when you've finished wrapping your egg wrap or potato sack wrap. Now from here you've got a couple of different options. What I tend to do is use your stretch wrap underneath and then use another wrap over the top to give a little bit of texture. So I've got this knitted wrap that I'm going to go back over the top, doing exactly the same thing as we did with the stretch wrap. But with this one then you can be a little bit neater. The neater you are with this then, the less you've got to edit afterwards. So I would always recommend spending a little bit more time on this and making sure this one's nice and neat. Again, when you've got that little bit of excess left over, you can either tuck it under the last wrap that you've done, or if baby's going straight in a basket, it can just be tucked underneath then, you don't see. So the variations we've got with this one, right now baby's hands are out. You can also do it where we tuck hands down so you don't see them. Or if you have another wrap that you want to use, then we can do one that looks a lot more round. So to get that look, we start off by wrapping around the middle. This gives enough padding then to give that nice round look. And then you just go over once more then, as we did before, over the shoulders. See any lumpy bits that look a little bit out of place, just pop your fingers up inside that last wrap and pull them down. And then you've got the same potato sack wrap, just a lot more round. And then the last option with this one, I'm going to take this one back off and use the same wrap again. But this time we're going to do it so we have multiple layers on show at the same time. So all we're going to do with this is wrap exactly the same way as we've done before, over the shoulder. But every time we do a layer, we're going to bring it down ever so slightly from the last. So again, shoulder to bum, round the back up again and over the other shoulder. Making sure you've got those clear lines as you go in, so you can see the layers. So I've got 4 definite layers there. If I wanted to, then I could keep going. As many times as you want to, with as many layers as you wanted to. Any excess then is just popped underneath baby, and you've got a nice round potato sack wrap, but with lots of nice little layers to give a little bit more detail. Okay, so for this wrap, we're going to have hands and feet out. There's 2 different variations for this one. The first one is going to be with stomach covered by the wrap. Now, we're using the same stretch wrap again. So the first part is we're going to put the end of the wrap across baby's stomach. And then this is going to go around the shoulders. Behind their head, round the other shoulder and around the bum. Making sure to keep feet up nice and high, and then pulling the wrap nice and tight to secure them in place. Then we're just going to repeat around shoulders and around bum as many times as the stretch wrap will allow, making sure it's nice and tight to keep all arms and legs where they need to be. When you've run out of wrap, then you can either tuck the wrap underneath where we've gone before, or if you just want to tuck underneath bum then before you place them in the prop that you're going to use, just to hide the excess. So this way we've got hands and feet out. So the second variation of this is where we don't cover the middle. We're going to do exactly the same thing again, just without popping that first part of the wrap across baby's stomach. Top trick with this one, fold the nappy down as far as you can get it so it's not in sight, and then make sure the feet are up nice and high when you're wrapping, so if there is any nappy, it's covered up. So again, we're going to start by wrapping around the shoulders. And make sure the wrap is nice and tight to keep arms and legs where they need to be. And we're just repeating the process from last time, round the shoulders and round the bum. Again, when you come to the end, you can either tuck into the last layer of your wrap or just pop the excess underneath baby, and it can't be seen then when they're inside the box. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and make sure your alerts are on to know next time we're posting a video. Bye.